Let's do this one. All right, here we go. What can you tell me about this circle? Okay. What can you tell me about this point? Yep, that works. Okay. What can you tell me about this point and this center? What's the slope of the radius? Subtract the y's, right? So 5 minus negative 2 all over 3 minus 4, right? Okay. So that's going to be 7 over negative 1, or just 7, right? Negative 7. What can you tell me about the tangent line and the radius? We got a circle, we got a tangent line, we got a radius. What can you tell me about the radius and the tangent line? They're perpendicular. So what is the perpendicular slope to negative 7? Positive 1/7. And then we need to utilize our point (3, 5). So we can do a little y equals mx plus b on it. 5 is going to equal 1/7 times 3 plus b. 1/7 times 3. 3/7. Now I could write 5, right? But what should I write instead? Five over 1 is equal to 5, so I could write it like that. 5 over 7 is not equal to 5, so I'm not going to write it like that. I'm going to write it like 35 over 7. Because 35 over 7 is also 5. Okay? Alright? Now I got to subtract 3/7 from both sides. And so I get 32/7 as my b. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications? I will very much let you pick. Before I won't let you pick quite yet. So we talked on Monday about graphing hyperbolas. So again, a quick spot check of your supplemental note sheet, making sure that you have all of this stuff written down on said supplemental note sheet. So first off, you should have both versions of the hyperbolas. The top one, is that an up-down or a left-right? That's a left-right opening hyperbola. Which means the bottom one is the up-down, right? In a hyperbola, you have to have both parts. You don't just can get away with getting one. Okay? So then we came up with 7 steps. So the first one was the directions of the curve. So you have to look at what the equation is to determine if it's left, right, or if it's up, down. Second step was we need to find the center, and the center is going to be at h comma k, like it has been with, we didn't really call it a center in parabolas, but we called it the vertex. We called it the center in the circle, and we called it the center of the ellipse. All of those were h comma k, kind of like your starting point. Then you need to build the box. So we're going to, a squared is underneath x. We're going to figure out what a is, and then that is left and right from the center. B squared is underneath the y. So we're going to figure out what b is, and then that's going to be up and down from the center. And then you're going to literally put a rectangle on your grid, or on your graph. Okay. Step number 4, then, you're going to come up with the diagonals of that rectangle. So you're literally going to go corner to corner and draw in a line all the way across your graph. Corner to corner, draw in a line all the way across your graph. Then you're going to come up with the y equals mx plus b for both of those. Okay? Not just for one. You're going to come up with y equals mx plus b, remembering the fact that the slope of those lines is plus or minus b over a. We talked about that on Monday. That the slope of your asymptote will always be plus or minus b over a. And you have to come up with 2 equations for those 2 lines. Then we said vertices. Vertices are the midpoints of the box sides from the direction of opening, from number 1. So if your hyperbola opens left and right, we're talking the midpoints of the left and the right sides of your box. If your hyperbola opens up and down, we're talking the midpoints of the up and down sides of your box. Okay? Step 6, we can draw it in. Step 7, we need to find the foci. First off, foci are going to be inside the curve. Second thing, what was the equation that we used to find the foci? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And c is our distance. And then we add or subtract c to h. If it's an up-down parabola for our center, we add and subtract c to k if it's, oops, I said that wrong. We add it to h if it's a left-right hyperbola. We add it to k if it's an up-down. All right? Now, I'll give you a choice. Do you want to do this together as one, or do you want to do it as an individual, and then I go through it? Go together on the first one, individual on the second one. Okay? All right, fantastic. So step number 1 from our supplemental sheet, which, by the way, you can have your supplemental sheet out right now. That'd be a good thing to have out so that we can follow along with everything that we need. Supplemental sheet says we need to figure out direction of opening. Left, right, up, down. Left, right, because x squared comes first. So that is a left-right opening. Hyperbola. Love it. We need to come up with the center. Where is the center for this one? Origin. Yep. Nothing being added or subtracted in the x's or in the y's. So we're good with the origin there. So we should put a C at the origin right there. Like A value. What is my A value? 7. We agree with 7. 49 is A squared. So that means 7 is my A. Which means to build the box, I'm going to go right 7. 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Left 7. 2, 4, 6, and 7. B value. Okay, but what would my B value be? Anybody? The exactness. 2 square roots of 6? It is 2 square roots of 6, which is going to be approximately 4.9. Because it's right tight to 25, where 25 would be 5. So we're going to go up 5, 2, 4, and almost 5, down 2, 4, and almost 5. That then allows us to draw in our box. Agree? That then allows us to draw in our asymptotes. Oh, I think we want purple asymptotes last time. Now, let's see if this works out for me. First time. What is the slope of both asymptotes? Slope of both asymptotes. exactly what is the slope of both asymptotes. Plus and minus 2√6/7. What is the y-intercept of both asymptotes? 0. So the equations of the asymptotes would be y equals positive 2√6/7x and y equals negative 2√6/7x. It's nice when the center's at the origin. It's also nice if an edge of the box is on the y-axis too. Next up is vertices. Since this is a left and a right opening hyperbola, that means that my vertices are going to be at the midpoint of the left and the right side of the box. So that's going to be -7, 0 and +7, 0. Do we agree? Next thing that we have to do is we have to come up with our C value. C squared is A squared plus B squared. 49 plus 24. 73. Which means if C squared is 73, what is the value of C? Anything simplifiable in there? No. Oops, I think I forgot step 6, which was the draw it in step. So my C value is the square root of 73, which would put my foci, since it's a left and a right opening foci, that means I'm going to be adding and subtracting that to the H part of the foci. So my foci would be at plus and minus the square root of 73, 0. More than 8, but less than 9, correct? Questions, comments, concerns, clarification? Have at it. So we'll start with step 1. Which way does it open?
Up and down.
Up and down. Okay? So this is an up-down. Where is the center? -5, -2. That's the problem with these up-down ones, is you always want to go left or right to find the center, but it's different on this one because the axis comes second. Okay? So 2, 4, so my center is there. Okay? What is my A value? 4, because A squared is underneath X, so A is 4. Over there. What is my B value? 2, because B squared is underneath Y. So there is the box that we have built. Next, we got to draw in our diagonals. Well, let's go with a different color. Pretty opaque. What is the slope of both of my asymptotes? Plus and minus. Do I like 2 over 4? 1/2. I like 1/2 better. Don't have good y-intercepts, so we've got to do some y equals mx plus b. With the center, -2 is going to equal positive 1/2 times -5 plus b. So that's going to be, I'm going to go -4 over 2 is going to equal -5 over 2 plus b. So then that's going to give me positive 1/2 as b. So that would be y equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. B over A. 2 divided by 4 is 1/2. No, B over A. Rise over run. Because you're always going from the center to get to a corner of the box. You got to rise your B, run your A. Then we've got -2 equals -1/2 times -5 plus B. So then that's going to be -4/2 equals positive 5/2 plus B. So we got -9/2. That's your B for that one. So then that one would be y equals -1/2 x minus 9/2. Vertices, since this is an up-down, we got a vertex there and we got a vertex there, which is going to be at the points -5, 0 and -5, -4. We can draw it in. foci are going to be c squared is going to equal a squared plus b squared. So I get 2 square roots of 5 for my c value. Because it's up down, that means then that we're going to add and subtract onto the y of the center. So my foci are at -5, comma, -2 plus or minus 2 square roots of 5. Square root of 20 is somewhere between 4 and 5. That would be right there. Questions, comments, concerns, go over again. Hearing none, I'll give you the last 10 minutes to work on the front side of your homework.